It's a beautiful winter's day. I'm off work, might as well go outside and mess around. The blades on the mower need sharpening after cutting 3 yards full of leaves. As I'm backing off the lift, I noticed it's not steering the way it's supposed to. Well, would you look at that? I figured it out. So you might be thinking, why would you take the mower off the lift to take off the blades? Well, that's because I can't fit my impact under there. And it only takes a minute to hook up the overhead. Now this is just a hook off of a ratchet strap, and it fits perfect into the square holes in the frame. I got this idea from watching Riley's Small Engines. It sure beats wrapping chains around the frame and trying to hook them up. My daddy and I work on small engines a lot, him more than me, but every time I crawl under a deck, I'm scared to death that it's gonna fall. I have watched people crawl under cars and mowers all my life, and they don't seem worried at all, but I don't like it. This ain't one of those times to where if it falls on you, you just say, oh well, I'll pick it up off of me and try again. You normally only get one chance here to mess up. That is why I made this. Nothing too fancy, just some 1/2-inch plate, square tubing, angle iron, and a grade 8 1/2-inch bolt. I feel much better now. On this particular mower, it requires a 5/8 socket for the blade bolts. And anytime I use my air tools, I spray some WD-40 in them. They run a lot smoother when some oil inside of them. I know they make pneumatic oil. I actually have some in the cabinet, but WD is my go-to for almost everything. There's so many parts and pieces to an angle grinder, it just seems easier to me to keep it all in one bucket. So, if you notice the dump truck in the background, my sister's moving across the field, and they are getting the foundation ready for their new home. Now, there's about 1,000 videos on YouTube explaining how to sharpen lawnmower blades. Just put a little edge on them and call it good. The only thing that I would recommend is to make sure you balance them. I picked up this balancing tool off of Amazon. Also, add a little anti-seize on the bolts. This stuff will make a big difference. I put it on shafts and bolts that I have to remove regularly. Did you notice how easy the bolts came out when the video first started? And how I hand started it back in right now? Thanks, anti-seize, for making this job easy. Now, do the same thing to the other side and call it good. So with no hassles and no issues, there's just something special about a job well done that you've done yourself. Thank you for watching here at the house.